Hey, Crosby Scholars, this is Megan.
And I'm Noah.
We're coming to you today to introduce the new CrosbyPlus program. You spoke, we listened, and we revamped the entire Grade Advisor program to be more accessible to all students. We now have a video platform where each month we are going to be launching new videos on contents to prepare you for college and beyond.
So in Crosby Plus, we're going to go over and cover your study skills, pre-ACT and PSAT, alongside of online resume and much more. We want to make sure that we hear from you about what you think about our new platform and any suggestions that you would also have for us, maybe within topics that you would want us to cover or anything like that. So be sure to inform us of those things, and yeah,
tell us in the comments below. So without further ado, let's dig into today's topic. We're going to talk about the Crosby Advantage, why you should be in the program. So the question I have for you, Noah, is why is Crosby Scholars so important?
Well, I believe that Crosby Scholars offers a lot of resources and opportunities for students who are engaged in the program. From college tours to the Wyndham to the opera and many more opportunities and trips that you even have the opportunity to go on. So there are a lot of things that Crosby Scholars offers to students. So we want you to maximize these resources.
Yes, and I think one of my most favorite parts about Crosby Scholars, and I felt that when I was a Crosby Scholar many moons ago, were the Crosby Scholars Academies. It was an opportunity for me to come into a space and meet students from all of these other high schools that I wouldn't have met otherwise. And in fact, I went to a local college, I went to Wake Forest, and when I showed up on campus, I knew students from other high schools because I had met them in this Crosby Scholars community, which was really cool. And then beyond that, Crosby Scholars is just a resource to come and answer questions. So if you have something about college, about high school, it's just one familiar place to go to ask those questions and have that individualized assistance. So it's pretty cool.
So we want to break down a few components within Crosby Scholars that we specifically want our freshmen and sophomore students to place an emphasis on. The first would be the portal. Second, community service. Third, activities resume. And lastly, of course, Crosby Plus.
Absolutely. So the portal, if you haven't used it already, is a really wonderful resource that we have for you as a one-stop shop to log in to register for events, to find information that we're promoting to students. So maybe it's a special activity that we have that the community is offering for free. It's also a place to just find information about all the things we want to teach you. It's a really good place to just log into to see your status within Crosby Scholars. We created the Crosby Scholars Student Portal because college students were going to college and they were coming back and telling us, you know, we have this portal on a college campus that we didn't know about and we don't know how to use it. And so it'd be great if you could teach us that before we show up to college. So we created something to kind of mimic what you'll be experiencing in college. For example, when you show up to college, this portal will house your academics, it will house your resume, it will house your grades, and sometimes it can even house your exams. So professors might have your exams in this database or this portal that you have to log into. And if you don't know how to use it, you could be very lost very quickly. So we find it very important to have students accessing this portal to do all the things for Crosby Scholars to get that experience before they show up to their college campus.
Absolutely. And of course, our colleges love students who are involved in the community, which points us to one of the most important and one of our requirements, community service. Now, community service is important, and colleges love this because it shows how students are involved within their local community. It shows how students offer and volunteer themselves to help better the community that they currently reside in. So colleges love seeing that, and Crosby Scholars, we place a heavy emphasis on community service. Only 2 hours. Who cannot do 2 hours of community service?
Right, 2 hours.
Just, hey, one weekend or even an hour, first hour of a day, offer some help to someone. There are many opportunities that we also provide for you within the community that you can engage in and get your hours for. So
stay tuned in your Crosby Scholars Student Portal to be able to find those events that we're going to be hosting soon for 9th and 10th grade community service opportunities. Along with the portal, along with community service, another really wonderful resource for our students is the activities resume. This is in your Crosby Scholars Student Portal. When you log up, there's a tab all the way at the top that just says Activities Resume. This is like an activity log where you can go in and add your sports, your extracurriculars, your honors, your awards, all the things that you may have done in high school to keep a catalog of all those things so that when it comes time to apply and you need to put those on your college applications, You have it in one space and you don't have to scramble to remember where things are. Take it from me and my example, I did not take advantage of this activities resume when I was a student. And so when it was my senior year, I was scrambling, trying to call all these adults and say, hey, do you remember when I was a part of this organization or a part of that or got that honors? And so it took me a lot more time to remember everything. I needed to share it because I wanted it on my college application, but it took me time to remember. So just make use of it. Fill it out now. At the very least, fill it out at the end of every year. So by the time you've moved on to the next year, you have it captured. So we can't end this video without talking about the Crosby Plus, because that's really one of the major Crosby advantages of being in 9th and 10th grade. We are so excited for this revamp. We are really excited to have this platform where you can easily access all of this content that we want to teach you. So stay tuned and always participate. But to encourage you just a little bit more, we are going to be doing monthly drawings for some Crosby swag. So if you come to this live launch and you watch this video every month here on YouTube, or you watch the recording, you will be entered in for the drawing for this giveaway. If you watch the live launch, you get double entry points. So that's even more incentive to watch while it's actually the live launch. So we will be sharing information for each of these launches of when it'll be, where it'll be, which is always YouTube, and always at 7:30 p.m. But you can also watch the live recordings as well. So stay tuned for that information.
Now, before we give you anything, there's something we need you to do.
That's right.
And that is to go into the description box below and to fill out the Google link. So the Google link below is simply so that we are able to collect information and data. And we also want you to add any suggestions for any topics or anything you would like for us to discuss and share with you, alongside of any ideas for cool prizes. So feel encouraged and feel free to do that as well.
Yeah, let us know. If you want your attendance recorded and you want to be in the entry swag, go to the link below and do it. So again, we are so excited for this new launch. We want your feedback. We want to hear how you think, and we cannot wait to see you next time on March 11th, where we're going to be talking about career exploration. So see you soon.